Hello everyone for Epic News. This is Marcelo Palermo. This is our English version. Our news brief in English. We're going to start this in English as we have the one in Spanish as well, where the COVID-19 situation has all of us on the edge. The situation is still very complex. Let's see the update at how are we doing up to now at June 2019. June is about to start in a matter of days. We are finishing the 5th month of the year, and the 6th month we're going to reach the half of this very complicated 2020 in a matter of days. Let's see how we are with the numbers. The amount of coronavirus cases has gone all the way up to, as of now and today, 6,172,448 cases. How many deaths we have up to today? 371,186 people have lost their lives to coronavirus. Now, we also have an interestingly good number. We have 2,744,044 people who had been recovered, who had actually overcome the circumstances of the COVID-19 disease. Now in the world we have in total matter of 3,057,218 active cases. Closer cases 3,115,230 cases. Now, out of those cases, 3,003,759 cases, which is 98% of the currently active cases, that is, patients who are infected, are in mild condition, while 53,459 cases, only 2%, are in serious or critical condition. Now, this shows something very interestingly positive for the bad situation the world is going through. More than anything, this COVID-19 is actually affecting the whole world, not because of the big and massive amounts of people infected, which is significant, but not as significant as other diseases. The thing is, with other diseases, we have more information. We already know how to control them. We have vaccines, we have pills, we have treatments. None of that is available with COVID-19, other than the perennial way of treating the disease until the patient gets better, or if he's not fortunate enough, ends up in a ventilator, in a critical unit in a hospital, and in the worst case scenario, well, they lose their lives. Now, this is very interesting because when we are talking about daily new cases, now things have gone down and things are actually a little bit better than they used to be before. For example, as of by the end of this month, the 5th month of this year 2020, we're talking about May, by May 27, May 28, the amount of daily new cases were of 125,000, while they were waiting around 113,000 cases by the end of May. Let's hope that that curve doesn't go up and it goes a little bit down, and or a lot down, of course, that we know that it's going to go step by step and actually help us move forward towards controlling the situation. Now, in many states in the United States of America, we're entering the phase 2 of the economic and financial reopening. That means the phase 1 was to reopen the businesses, and the phase 2 is to help them adapt to the new circumstances, the new reality, which is being shaped as we speak. Why? Because we don't have yet a perfectly well understood new reality. And many things like social distancing, the wearing of masks, the keeping businesses at a 25% capacity, the capacity that they have to fill up the place, such as in the cases of restaurants or hairdressing rooms, salons, and other places. We are hearing that now they're actually opening bars in some of the places. It's happening here in Texas. Also, the 25% capacity rule is on it is active right now. The thing is, how are the businesses going to keep themselves going when, in many cases, it's not very feasible for them to move forward paying rent, paying expenses, and many other things, paying their employees, and having their places working at just a 25% capacity? That is a very interesting question that will be answered within the next probably 1 or 2 months when we see how things evolve regarding the reopening of the country, and when we get into full-blown phase 2 and perhaps a phase 3, which will be the phase of total adaptation, and to see if perhaps we need to incorporate new rules or soften some of them or loosen up a little bit, or perhaps have restaurants and other businesses being able to reopen at a higher capacity, let's say in between 30 to 50%, and let's see how that works. Of course, we're not there yet. We are very in phase 2, and what we know is that the economy has to be reactivated one way or another, not only in the United States of America, but in the whole world, and we are at that stage right now, especially here in the United States of America. Now, with another news, a very unfortunate news, news that brought back the ghost and horrors of racism, segregationism, the death of George Floyd. There have been many protests all over the country, actually all over the world, in different parts of the world. There have been people protesting what happened in Minneapolis on Memorial Day, that horrible Monday, just a week ago from now. And we're getting more information regarding of what's going on in Indianapolis. The police department is indicating that 3 people were shot, 1 fatally, after peaceful protest that turned violent this Saturday that is ending right now. Early reports had only mentioned the one fatal shooting, but it is unclear who fired the weapons, but police say their officers are not involved. This is an investigation that is being developed as we speak. Newspapers such as the Indianapolis Star, which is the main newspaper there, reported 6 people were arrested on Saturday night. Overnight curfews were imposed also in more than a dozen major American cities, including Atlanta, Denver, Los Angeles, Minneapolis, and Seattle. More than 1,300 people have been arrested in 16 cities since Thursday, including over 500 this past Friday in Los Angeles, California. A really bad situation. And at this moment, of course, we are seeing that unfortunately there are things unfolding that are getting out of control. It is a very, very bad thing that this started to happen again. It brings ghosts of horrors from the not too distant past, and unfortunately we see this unfolding again after the terrible events that developed into the death of an African American man, 46 years old, George Floyd, last Monday evening, when an officer who's now under custody put his knee on top of this gentleman's neck after he had been detained, submitted, and handcuffed, and after the man was submitted with that knee on his neck, on top of the back of his neck, against the floor, against the streets, against the floor, against the sidewalk, right beside a police car, and he has been pleading for his life, indicating that he couldn't breathe, that everything hurt in this body. Unfortunately, this man lost his life. This event triggered a tremendous amount of protests, not only in Minneapolis, but all over the country. I'm receiving reports that there are protests all over the world, especially all over the American continent, South America, Central America, and North America as well. Perhaps call for a true and sheer change when it comes to understanding the ways of proceeding by police. It's not only questionable here, but it has been questionable in different parts of the world as well. So now, these are the news. What we have is that recently there were reports talking about 3 people that were shot, 1 fatally, after peaceful protests turned violent on Saturday night, this Saturday, just some hours ago. Earlier reports had only mentioned 1 fatal shooting, but it is unclear who fired the weapons. But find out regarding this. The police department indicates in Minneapolis that their officers were not involved in any shooting. Now they say, the Minneapolis Police Department, that they're investigating multiple shootings that happened downtown, and they are making it clear that these are not officer-involved incidents. IMPD officers have not fired shots tonight. They said that in Twitter and in an official report from the Minneapolis Police Department. Well, not very positive, not too happy news, the ones that we are actually reporting, that this is the tax we're living in. This is a reality. Again, coronavirus. To sum it up, 6,172,448 cases all over the world. That amounts to a total of 371,186 cases. And also recovered 2,744,044 cases of people that have been recovered. Active cases as of now, as of today, coronavirus COVID-19, 3,057,218. Currently infected patients, 3,003,759 are in mild condition. That's 98% of the cases. And unfortunately, that's 2% of the cases, 53,459 people that are in serious or critical condition. Well, thank you very much for watching. For Epic News, this has been our first English report. This is Marcelo Palermo. Stay tuned, stay well, God bless, and we will see you soon. Thank you for watching.